Hey there everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my fall decor must-haves, and some of these are like my tried and true staples that I use year after year, and then some are new for this year. And if you guys are familiar with the channel, you know we love to get that high-end designer look on a budget. So a lot of these items are very affordable, but will give you a much more elevated feel for your fall decorating. And everything that can be linked will be linked down below in the description box. I like to get these videos out a little bit earlier so that way you guys can get your hands on everything before it sells out. And you also know that with each product I love to show you styling tips and decorating ideas, so hopefully you can get some early fall decorating inspo. I hope you guys enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so a styling accessory that has taken over designer spaces lately are just big, beautiful foraged branches. And you can tell before photographing a space, a lot of designers, they go into the fields, they go into the forest, they go into the yard, and they cut down these beautiful branches. And a lot of times it coordinates with the season. You know, sometimes they're beautiful like blossoming branches. Other times they're more moody fall branches. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it creates this like living sculptural look and just adds so much life and vibrancy to a space. And while this is a very beautiful look, I don't think it's practical for the long term, or if you want to have something out all season long. A lot of times these branches are foraged right at the perfect moment when something's blooming or leaves are turning brown or red. So, you know, if you want to have something out all season long, then a faux branch is going to be your best bet. And I know faux branches are kind of controversial, but I do believe that if you source the right ones, they can look really, really good. So it is harder to find budget-friendly like branch style stems that look realistic, but I was able to find these really pretty kind of like brown, almost like maroonish branches, and I thought that the twigs on these actually looked pretty lifelike, and I loved the coloring. They also have a really nice dose of texture with these little blooms on here. It's just a really beautiful earthy color that would go in a lot of different spaces with a lot of different color schemes. So I did end up buying 4 of these, and these were only $7.80 per branch. Right now they are on sale for that price. I think they're normally $12.99, but right now they're on sale. And like I said, these are going to last, so they're going to give me that really pretty foraged sculptural look in my space, but they'll last all season long. And honestly, these are beautiful for fall, but I could see myself using these year round. And anytime that I'm styling something like a branch, something that automatically gives it a more lifelike, realistic look is giving the branch some bends. So these did come relatively straight. When styling them, it's important to just do that little extra step of giving them some bends, and it really does help it to look a lot more lifelike and a lot more realistic. So these are like the perfect rustic forage stem. Again, I love the color on them. I love that like maroonish brown color and how it just goes with a lot of different decor styles. Gives me that moody look for fall, but is also a beautiful foraged realistic looking branch that I can use throughout the rest of the year as well. Okay, so I've mentioned this many times before on my channel, but something that I love decorating with, especially during the fall and holiday season, is amber glass. So last year I got this really beautiful amber glass pumpkin luminary, and I put some little fairy lights inside, and I just love the warmth that that adds to a space. And then also a while back I bought this really pretty kind of like low amber glass vase, and I use it all the time for my fall arrangements and my holiday arrangements. And it sold out actually a long time ago, but it's one of those pieces that I bring out every year, and I always look at it and I'm like, dang, I'm so glad I got this piece. So when I saw this next piece, I knew I had to get it. It is this really beautiful amber glass, kind of a little bit hammered glass looking pitcher, and this guy was $20. And again, with the versatility, I love that you could actually put a really beautiful like maybe like spiced apple cider drink in here, or a really pretty kind of like autumnal drink maybe with some orange slices, or you could use it as a vase. I think that's what I'm most excited about. I like that it has like a pretty narrow mouth to it, so that way you don't need to buy or collect a ton of stems. You know, this can support an affordable amount of stems, which I really like. I like that it's glass because you could even put faux stems in here with some water just to make it look a little bit more realistic, because when you see that water, it kind of tricks your eye into thinking that they are real stems, or it at least makes them look a lot more realistic. Obviously you'd want to do that with like the proper stems that have like plastic on them that are fine to stick in water, but I like that this is clear for that purpose. You also could put some fairy lights in here with some dried florals on top. That could be a really pretty arrangement. or, you know, just some faux stems. So very versatile piece. I love that it's the amber glass, and it'll be great to use throughout both the fall season and the holiday season coming up. Okay, so this next piece is one of my tried and true fall staples. It's like one of my favorite things that can instantly dress up a room, and it is on the pricier side, but I will say you could just use this in a room by itself and it would instantly give your room that like autumnal warm feel. So it is this gorgeous semi-fuga, I believe that's how you say it, semi-fuga fall garland, and it's this really pretty kind of like brown purpley color, and I've used this on a dining table before as kind of like the runner and just adds like the beautiful autumnal feel to the table with a pop of color, and it just looks really elegant and elevated. I do think that this is one of the most realistic looking garlands that I own, so it is like in the $40 price range per garland. You could literally just get one of these and put it down a table. I do own 2 of them, and I also have used this on a mantle before. I think that it really just helps to create a beautiful focal point. You don't really need much else to go with it because this does create such a statement with its color and all of the texture with these little seated details on here. They also sell this in a branch as well, and I believe the branch version is currently on sale for $20 per stem. I actually have made some dupes in the past in my fall DIY videos where I have painted similar stems and given them a very similar look, so I will link that video here if you are interested in DIYing stems that look like this. But I do think that this one is worth the splurge, and every single year when I bring out my fall decor, this is the one that I'm most excited to unpack. And it's funny because for the last 3 years we have been in different homes each fall, and so this year I'm already thinking about all the places I'm gonna put it. So this one is one of my favorites, and they also have it in the stems as well. Okay, so this next piece isn't exactly fall, but it is a new piece that I'm gonna alter to give a more autumnal feel to it, and it actually can come with me throughout different seasons, which you guys know when I'm investing in decor, I try really hard to source versatile pieces that I can use in multiple different ways throughout my home, so that way I really get my money's worth and, you know, things aren't sitting in storage. So I found this really beautiful faux fern in this rustic distressed terracotta pot. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the terracotta pot is what drew me to this product. This piece was actually only $26, and I figured it'd be great because all of these ferns are kind of just little picks that are in this like mossy base, and the moss that's in here is actually really beautiful. So I figured what I could do would just be to remove the ferns, and then I know this will be a little bit messy with the styrofoam, but that'll be an easy cleanup. And then I'm gonna stick some of my DIY'd fall stems in there, and I love decorating with terracotta. I think it's a beautiful earthy material that really helps to infuse warmth into a space. So I think this beautiful rustic terracotta base is gonna look so pretty paired with that like more purpley, chocolatey brown stem. And this piece alone can really set the tone for a room. It gives off those warm fall colors. It's not too themey. It just looks really elevated, but it was a super cheap and easy thing to do. And then obviously when we go into the holiday season, I can use this maybe with the tree or even some little holiday picks. Same thing with the spring and summer. I can just use it and transition it from season to season, just because I really do love this aged terracotta base. Also, terracotta and fall just go hand in hand. It's a really warm, earthy feeling material, and it just helps to give your space more of that autumnal color palette while also infusing warmth while looking natural and not themey, just really elevated and classic at the same time. Okay, so this next piece is an art piece, and like I said, when I'm investing in fall decor, I kind of want to invest in just like moody decor that I can use year round that also fits into my fall color palette and my fall color scheme. So, you know, it's versatile. I can use it during the fall, but I also can use it during other times of the year as well. So I found this really beautiful kind of like moody landscape framed canvas. This could go so many different places. You could style this in a kitchen just to add that moody vibe. You could also elevate this on one of those little picture easels just to help it make more of a statement, and I think that would be really pretty on somewhere like a console table or even a shelf. So you could pop it on some shelves, maybe on a mantle or a dresser. This guy was $30, so I felt like that was a little bit pricey for something like this, but I thought it was worth it because I really appreciate how the canvas itself has a vintagey look to it. It's kind of frayed and tattered, and the coloring is a little bit like more tan, almost like it has like that yellowish age to it, which I personally really love. It makes it look very authentic and just gives your space character and kind of like that lived in feel. And on top of it, I love the image. It looks like one of those vintage tapestries that you would find at Round Top or some like antique and collectible place. I just love this so much. I think it looks very, very authentic. Again, super versatile piece, has a much more expensive look to it, and is gonna look really nice styled with my fall things for that like autumnal feel. Okay, so one of my favorite things to decorate with when it comes to the fall and holiday season are figural candles. And these are such a simple, quick, cheap, easy add to a space that you can simply just pop next to the decor that you already have, and it will instantly make it feel seasonal and festive. And it's something that if you don't have a ton of money to splurge on a bunch of new decor, this is just something that can help it feel a little bit more special, a little bit more seasonal. And on top of it, it's nice to light and have a nice scented ambiance as well. So I have this one that I got. This one was from Target a couple of years ago. This is a pumpkin candle. I know that they sell similar ones right now on TJ Maxx and Marshalls online. I think they are $10. And then also another one of my all-time favorites is this really cute little acorn candle. Williams-Sonoma actually sells an acorn candle. I think it's for like $70, and this one right now is on sale for $12. I obviously gravitate towards, you know, more neutral, earthy colored candles that kind of fit seamlessly into my like earthy, neutral color palette in my home. That way they don't seem too themey or too tacky. They just feel really elevated and natural, and that's what I personally like. So I like that both of these candles have that. I love the amber glass on the acorn and how it's like cute and charming, but it also just feels elevated and sophisticated. Not to mention the fact that once you burn through the candle, you can use these as little jars for potpourri, or, you know, just little containers for things like jewelry, fall baking, etc. So it's really nice that the containers are cute and you could reuse those as well. It's funny because last year we moved across the country in the middle of the summer, so I was really trying to avoid bringing candles in our pod just because I knew that the heat would instantly melt them, because it is so hot here in the summer. Especially last summer, it was like 110, 111, 112. It was scorching. So I was like, I really don't want that wax spilling all over our stuff. So I did take some precautions, and I brought just a couple of my absolute favorites, which were these. So I wrapped them in bubble wrap. I made sure they were standing upright. I put them in Ziploc bags, and then I put them in a plastic container because I wanted to keep them so bad, because they're some of my absolute favorite decorating pieces when it comes to my fall and Christmas decorating. So these were just like the couple of candles that I brought with me because I love them so much. And speaking of candles, if you're looking for a good like transitional summer to fall one, I found this one the other day. I've already burned it a couple times because it smells so good. This is the cashmere vanilla one, and right now these are actually 30% off. So I believe I got this one for $14, but it's very substantial and it smells like a luxury candle in my opinion. It's like a really pretty kind of like spicy scent, but it smells more luxurious. And I also think it looks really pretty burning in a space because, you know, bigger candles look a lot more luxurious. That's usually what they sell at like Pottery Barn and Williams-Sonoma. So it looks really pretty just burning on a coffee table, and the scent of this one is perfect for that like summer to fall transition. It's got some like warm vanilla in it, but also like some really pretty kind of like spicy notes in it. And I don't know, I really like it, and it's one of my favorites, and it's 30% off right now. So gotta get them while they're on sale, you know? Okay, so when I'm sourcing my pumpkins for my fall decorating, it's really important to me that they have a realistic look to them, and bonus points if they look like those beautiful, like unique heirloom pumpkins. So last year I found this really pretty faux pumpkin. I actually found this at Marshalls, and right now they're selling it online. So get it while you can. The thing goes out of stock so fast. I hope by the time I get this video up that it will still be in stock, but if it maybe is out of stock, you could maybe potentially find it in store. I just think that this has such a beautiful, realistic look to it. It has the texture of those pretty faux heirloom pumpkins. It also has a really beautiful color variation with kind of like this peachy terracotta color. I just think that that is so beautiful. It's just the right amount of color with a little bit of an autumnal pop, but it also is kind of like neutral and muted. And then also the stem, in my opinion, looks super lifelike, super realistic. For me, when I'm searching for faux pumpkins, I immediately eliminate it if the stem doesn't look realistic, because that's something that can be a dead giveaway and make it feel fake and cheap. So when it has a realistic looking stem, that's what you want. So it's a very cheap and affordable piece at $12.99. To me, this looks like something you'd find at Pottery Barn, Williams-Sonoma, Anthropologie, and the fact that it's under $15 is a really good deal. And what I really like about this is it's another one of those pieces that can easily enhance the decor that you already have out year round. So you don't really need to like go crazy, buy a bunch of stuff. You can just pop this next to a vase that you already have, and it instantly gives your space and your styling that fall autumnal feel. It helps to add that little infusion of character and depth, but it also just really looks natural and earthy because it is a pumpkin that looks very realistic. So that's personally the kind of thing that I gravitate towards. I think that that looks the most expensive and elevated when your space looks really natural, but you can tell that it's festive, if that makes sense. So things like natural looking pumpkins, incorporating warm natural materials, things like terracotta, things like woven or wicker materials, things like warm amber glass, that kind of stuff is what really can help to elevate a space for fall. All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of my favorite fall decor staples, both new and old. If you guys did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It's a free and easy way to help support my channel. Also, make sure that you're subscribed because I will be posting new arrivals, deals, dupes, all of that good stuff over on my community page. So that is a benefit of being subscribed as well, because you can only see that if you are a subscriber of my channel. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful and fabulous week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!